Adrian, I want to thank you for coming to camp. My name is Thad Johnson with ABC, and I'll be doing your pitching lesson here today. We're going to go ahead and get started with the balance portion of your delivery. And the first thing I want to point out is before you come balance, we need to make sure that you get your rubber, or get your foot and your heel flush with that rubber. And as you can see, you're about 2-3 inches in front of that rubber, and your field or in your heel is turned inwards, which is going to cause your initial descent towards home to be closed off, and you're going to try to open it back up early to get back in line. You also want to be able to use that rubber to push off of. That's going to be the one thing that you can use to create to create a push off. So that's one thing you just need to be aware of your surroundings, aware of your footwork. Just pay attention right from the get-go where that foot is. As we come up to a balance position, one thing that we look for is that we keep our head over our back foot, and as you can see, line straight up the top to the top of your head. Great job. You're in a good solid position. We're gonna make our way to the directional phase, and when we go forward towards home plate, we want to make sure of a couple things. We want to make sure that our body stays upright. Okay, we want to create some tilt in the hips as we go forward. What this does is it ensures that our weight stays back, and then we also want to make sure that when we're going forward, okay, our shoulders stay in line with home plate, and our hips moving in that forward direction, and that we stride on line from the back foot. So as we move forward here, we're doing a pretty good job with our upper half. You're in a good strong position right before foot strike. Okay, your hips have slightly started to open up a little bit, which is exactly what we're looking for. That top half is going to be following your lower half. Now we get to foot strike, and looking at where you should be striding and where you are striding, okay, what we can see is that you're well to the left of the line towards home plate. And a great drill to work on this is just to go ahead and get rid of the baseball, okay, and just work on dry mechanic throwing to a partner, have a partner sitting in front of you and draw a line right towards them, or you can even just draw a straight line in the dirt and just work on that dry mechanic without the baseball, stepping and rotating and throwing directly on that line. So you just need to work on getting that foot moved over about 4 to 5 inches to that line, which is going to allow you to just be more direct to home plate. And as you can see, when we talked about the beginning here with that closed off heel, if you look at your heel here, how it is closed off, so your brain's telling you that you need to get open back up, and so you're probably stepping to the left of this line because of the initial descent towards home plate is going to be in such a closed off manner. Another thing as we back it up, as we look, you're really good in a good upright position right here at the top of the balance, at the top of the delivery, and then we do kind of lean over. We do lean over a little bit, and as you can see, we talked about how we want to be straight up and down. Okay, you kind of got this lean over approach to home plate, so everything is going towards that right-handed batter's box, and then you're going to try to open it back up, which is going to cause you to stride in this open position. Okay, so just doing the dry mechanic throwing onto a line is going to be your best friend. Start with that heel, butt it up against the rubber is also going to help. One thing we also look for in the directional phase of the delivery is for the arms, okay, or for your back arm and your back elbow to be slightly below the shoulder. One of the things that they're finding out these days, is the more video analysis that a lot of pitching coaches do, and pitchers do, and doctors do, is that the guys that are coming down with the elbow and the shoulder injuries, when their foot lands, as right now, and I call this the loaded position, okay, or the foot strike position, they have a high back elbow, and as you can see, your elbow's in that position. So this is just something that you need to be aware of. You can do mirror work and just work on breaking your hands and landing in this foot strike position or this loaded position, and just pay attention to where that back elbow is. You need to have it at least level, if not level, then slightly below, to prevent injury down the line as you get bigger and stronger. As we move forward to the rotation release phase, Adrian, you're in a great position, real strong, great front side. You really do a good job of keeping that glove tucked to the chest. Okay, that's an awesome job right there. That's all we can ask for, is just to get, create a strong front side so you can get through the ball and get over that front leg to deliver the pitch, what you're doing. The last thing that I'd like to point out is just the lack of a follow through. If you look at how you throw, you really just deaccelerate your delivery and kind of stop everything right after release. It almost looks like you're trying to be aware of where the ball goes after you release the ball, or where the ball goes after it comes out of your hand. So concerned with, is it going to be a strike, that you just want to look up and see, where it's at. And the one thing I tell my guys is just to go ahead and, once the ball's out of your hand, be quick through the baseball, accelerate through the baseball, and don't worry about it, because once it's out of your hand, you can't control it. So as we get to another release point here, again, this next pitch, you're in a great position. Okay, that arm just needs to continue to swing down, okay, and finish all the way. It just needs to stay long all the way through the release point. And as it is right here, you're getting nice and long, and it just needs to continue to swing all the way down towards the hip, towards the opposite knee, to finish real long out in front of the body. And then that leg, okay, that heel needs to come up in this direction right here, on this, where the circle ends. Your heel should get all the way up there, which is going to be, if your heel gets all the way to the top there where the circle's drawn, means you're getting through the pitch, you're driving with your lower half, you're not deaccelerating. It's almost kind of that careless, free and easy approach where you're just letting it fly after release. So Adrian, I want to thank you for coming to camp. I hope that you learned a little bit here today, saw your delivery a little bit, and are able to take some of these pointers and work towards making your delivery a little bit better and more efficient. And good luck to you down the line.